Hey guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm gonna just go over this real quick because I want you guys to see this matchup. It's really good. I just want to say, typically when we do duel videos on this channel in our IRL duel series, we shoot videos that are very produced. So multiple cameras, multiple angles. It's a whole production. But for this particular video, I didn't have time to set up my whole camera setup, and nor did I have it with me. And it was shot mid-tournament, so it's done very run and gun, and just we just set up the camera and just recorded and dueled. So what I want to say is, if you've seen some of our prior content and you're subscribed to this channel and you've seen what we do typically with IRL videos, let us know if you like this type of video instead, more simplified and straight to the point, less produced, or if you prefer our standard IRL videos. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, check out this video, let us know what you think. Check out our other content, let us know what you think. I guarantee you'll find something that you like, and subscribe to the channel if you do. Just give me that. And with that being said, let's get straight to this duel matchup between me, myself, Darnell, creative director of Bemani Lounge, versus Henry, Bemani Lounge team captain, who's taking home the W. Alright guys, let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bemani Lounge Duels IRL. I'll be a commentator for this episode. I go by the name of Darnell. I'm the guy from the intro and the guy on the right piloting his Altergeist deck against Bemani Lounge team captain Henry, who's piloting his Invoked Shaddoll deck. And Henry has won the die roll, so he's going to start this matchup off. Now, let's see how this progresses. Sorry for how the field looks. Part of it is a bit cut off because, like I mentioned earlier, this matchup was recorded very dirty and run and gun. So Henry's going to set one monster and set one back row and pass turn back to me. Interesting. His hand must not be the strongest. So we have a Marionetter coming down on my side of the field and the effect being activated. And it looks like I've set Manifestation from deck to field. So let's see how this progresses. And a declaration of battle phase. Marionetter swinging to what looks like to be a Shaddoll Wendy. So its flip effect is going to activate, allowing Henry to special a Shaddoll monster from deck to field. So Wendy's going to grave. And it looks like Henry has set Dragon. Shaddoll Dragon. So in my main phase, set 1, set 2, set 3. Set 4 cards in a pass turn. But on end phase, it looks like, Henry has activated a Super Poly, ditching 1 card to grave to send Marionetter and Dragon to grave to special construct. So he's activating Dragon's effect, targeting one of my back row, sending it to grave. And I believe he's chained Construct's effect on top. So the card he popped was a Protocol. Now Construct is going to dump 1 Shaddoll from deck to grave. And he has gone for Shaddoll Hedgehog. Sorry you guys can't see it. I know part of the field's cut off. But the Hedgehog is indeed going to be met by an Ash Blossom from me. As I cut Henry's deck, and it looks like he's going to go to draw phase. Standby phase. And on standby phase, we have Manifestation being activated, targeting Marionetter, and then Spoofing being chained on top of that, sending the Manifestation back to deck. So that's going to allow me to fetch Faker from deck to hand. Marionetter is still going to special because Manifestation specials first, then equips to the monster. That's how that combo works. Now Faker's effect is going to activate on resolution after being added to hand, specialing the field, and then specialing the Silk from deck upon its on-field effect. As I just take a quick look at Construct to see what I'm working with here. And it looks like, yep, I'm activating Silk's effect, bouncing Faker back to hand to send Construct back to the extra deck. And we have a Shaddoll Fusion coming down on Henry's side. As I take a second to contemplate. And that's immediately met by a Solemn Judgment. Hopefully in an effort to try to keep him behind in this matchup right now. But let's see if he can push through. As he checks his grave real quick. And looks like we have a... 1 monster set and a pass turn from Henry. As I draw for turn. Checking my back row. And in main phase, I'm activating Silk's effect, returning Marionetter to bounce Henry's face down monster, normally the Marionetter, and going for an Altergeist trapping from my deck to the field. And it looks like a reset manifestation. As I switch to Silk to attack mode, and a declaration of battle phase. As Henry's taking it all directly, 16 and 8 from 16 from the Marionetter and 8 from the Silk. In main phase 2, and it looks like I'm linking the Silk and the Marionetter away, most likely for the Hextia. Yep. So Silk's effect is going to trigger, retrieving the, I believe, the protocol from grade that was sent earlier off of Henry's Shaddoll Dragon. And I set 2 in the past turn. And on his standby phase, protocol is being activated, triggering Faker, specialing Faker to field, allowing Faker to special from deck. And it's just, the Altergeist deck just keeps going if you can't cut it off at the knees. As looks like Henry moves into main phase. And we have a normal, I believe, Shaddoll Dragon. As I quickly just check its effect. And I'm activating Silk's effect, returning the Faker to bounce his monster back to hand. I will admit, when you're behind like this, it's not fun to play against Altergeist, but it's fun to pilot it. It looks like we have a pass turn from Henry. And on my standby phase, I'm activating Manifestation, bringing back Marionetter, triggering Faker. And it looks like Henry has seen enough as he scoops it up. And we're going to game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like not much Henry could do in that situation. But let's see how game 2 progresses. Given the good old friendly handshake there as we draw for the start of the game. And it looks like Henry is starting off again. And we have an Alistair coming down, activating its effect, but it's immediately met by an Imperm on my side of the field, negating him from getting the Search of Invocation. And it looks like we have a Link Summon coming down as he sends the Alistair to grade to bring out All Mirage. And we have an El Shaddoll Fusion being activated, as he sends 2 Shaddolls from his hand to the grave to bring out Construct. And it looks like he sent, I believe, sorry, the grave's cut off. I couldn't quite see what he sent, but now it looks like Construct is being sent and the All Mirage are being linked away in order to bring out, let's see what he goes for. As he takes a second to contemplate. And we have an IP Masquerena coming down. And we have, ooh, Pot of Avarice being activated. So that's going to shuffle 5 of his monsters in grave back to deck. And he's going to get himself 2 new cards. Henry just letting me know his hand wasn't great. And the fact that I hand trapped him to stop this plays. I'm sorry, bruh. As I pass him back his deck as he gets his 2 new cards. So he sets 1, and ooh, we have Mech Knight Purple Nightfall coming down underneath the IP Masquerena and above the set card. And the effect is being activated as it banishes itself in order for him to retrieve Blue Sky. And that'll do it. We have a pass turn from Henry. As I enter main phase. Henry just asking if I have, pretty much asking if I have the Evely, which wouldn't do much in this situation right now. So we have a Melseat coming down on my side of the field. And a declaration of battle phase. Start step of battle phase. Henry's activating El Shaddoll Fusion.
Chain link 1, chain link 2.
Bringing out Construct, activating its effect. Sorry, I couldn't quite see what he sent to grave for it. I believe it might have been Beast because he's getting the draw right now. But now he's going to send 1 Shaddoll monster from deck to grave off a Construct's effect. Oh, sorry, Shaddoll card, I guess. So he's sending the trap to grave. And me continuing battle phase, Marionette poking in for 5. Activating his effect, targeting the Masquerena and sending that to grave. And it looks like I'm going for typical Altergeist plays, sending the Melseek away in order to bring out Link Karibo to get the multi-faker search. And let's see, we have a set 1 from me and a pass turn. The set card under the extra monster zone column. Henry just confirming as he brings Nightfall back in the farthest zone. And it looks like we have a Shaddoll fusion being activated on Henry's side. As I take a second to contemplate. And ooh, the Shaddoll fusion is immediately met by a Solemn Judgment. And on resolution, triggering Multi-Faker's effect, specialing it to field, activating its effect. In order to special Silk from deck right above the purple Nightfall. And I'm activating Silk's effect, returning Faker in order to return Construct to the extra deck. Henry just can't seem to dance around these Altergeist plays right now. And a declaration of battle phase. Nightfall trying to swing into the Silk, but its attack's going to be dropped to 0 off the effective Link Karibo. So Henry's activating Nightfall's effect, banishing it itself in order to get another Blue Sky. And he sets 1 and then summons Blue Sky right below the Altergeist Siliquist. Activating its effect, adding another purple Nightfall to hand. And a pass turn. As I just check my graveyard real sorry guys. And we have a normal Marionette coming down on my side, activating its effect, setting a protocol from deck to field. And I'm using Marionette's second effect to swap itself with Melseek in the grave, specialing Melseek to field. And a declaration of battle phase on my side. But oof, upon declaration, Henry's activating Paleozoic Dynamiscus. Activating this effect, targeting Melseek to banish it, but I'm countering by activating Silk's effect, bouncing the Melseek back to hand to return Blue Sky to his hand. So Dynamiscus will miss targeting as Melseek returns to my hand. And a pass turn on my side. And on standby phase, we have Protocol being flipped up, Multi-Faker being activated, and it looks like Purple Nightfall came back as well too, but Henry is choosing to chain Dynamiscus and Grade to Protocol's activation, which is fine. Let's see what I go for as a special Melseek from deck off of Faker's effect. Oh, take it. Yep, definitely locked in. Taking the Melseek. So let's see how this progresses. And it looks like Henry hasn't been able to get the Invoked side of his deck turned on. Relying mostly on the Mech Knights right now. As Blue Sky comes down. Activating its effect. Oh, I'm sorry. He did not activate the effect. It is going straight to battle phase. Dynamiscus trying to swing into the Multi-Faker. Silk is going to activate its effect, returning Faker to hand to bounce the Blue Sky. Henry takes a second to contemplate, checking his graveyard. And he chains Purple Nightfall's effect to banish the blue Mech Knight. But I'm going to chain Protocol in response, sending Melseek to grave in order to negate and destroy the I'm sorry guys, the Purple Nightfall. As I add a Marionette to hand off of Melseek being sent to grave. I was butchering those Mech Knight names there for a second. Sorry, guys. So Henry has set 1 in his past turn. As it goes to my turn, as I just check my graveyard real quick after draw phase, and we have Marionetter coming down again. Don't you just love Marionetter? I know I do. So its effects activated, setting a manifestation from deck to field. Let's see. As Silk is being activated, bouncing the protocol to return Henry's monster back to hand. And we have a duality coming down as I get to rip 3. And ooh, I'm adding an Ash Blossom off of it to hand. Just keeping that, keeping that on deck. Just make sure my opponent can't get back in the game, I suppose. And a Decoration of Battle phase after switching Silk to attack mode. Marionetter punching over the Dynamiscus, and then Silk swinging in for some direct damage. Not too much, but every little bit counts when you're playing Altergeist. And we have a set 1 and a pass turn from me. Let's see what Henry does. As we take a second to contemplate. And okay, it's off camera, but Henry has activated Lightning Storm, and it's called Monsters. As you could probably guess from the bit of panicking my hand is doing right there. So he's activated Lightning Storm, calling monsters in order to wipe out my entire board. But it looks like I've chained Protocol in response. So Silk and Marionetter are going to grave. And on resolution, I'm activating Faker's effect, specialing it to field in order to special another monster from deck. Interesting that he chose to wipe out the monsters instead of the traps. But I guess in that situation it makes sense because I would have been further ahead because I would have chained the protocol in response to the Lightning Storm and had 4 monsters on board. So Blue Sky is being summoned to field and entering battle phase, swinging into the Silk, and Silk's going to respond activating its effect, sending Faker back to hand to bounce his monster. So Henry has set 1 monster as he banishes 1 Shaddoll and the Shaddoll trap from grave off the Shaddoll trap's effect in order to flip his face down monster, which was Squamata, in order to pop my Silk. And it's pass turn to me. So it looks like on my turn, I'm flipping up Manifestation, reviving Silk from grave, revealing the Faker, specialing it to field, and getting another special from the deck. Just, multi-Faker does too much. There's a reason why I was hit the 1. As I take a second to contemplate. And it looks like I'm going for a Link summon, most likely for Hextia. Yep, Hextia coming down. And Silk's effects being activated. So my chain links are Melseek 1, Silk 2. Silk's gonna add Manifestation from grave back to hand, and Marionetter's gonna Melseek's gonna retrieve a Marionetter from deck to hand. Now we have a normal summon of Marionetter coming down, activating its effect, of course. In order to, looks like I've set another protocol. And a Declaration of Battle phase, Faker swinging into the Squamata, Hextia getting in for some direct damage to 2700, and Marionetter getting in for another 1600. And we have a set 2 from me, and a pass turn as Henry draws for turn, checking his graveyard real quick. As he summons Blue Sky, activating its effect. And that's immediately met by Protocol, sending the other Protocol that I had to grade to negate and destroy his monster. As Henry then normals Wendy. And goes straight to battle phase, swinging into Hextia, but that's immediately met with a crackdown. I think it was just LOLs from there, because Henry has seen enough and has scooped it up. Oh man, that was a great game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. GG to my boy Henry. So yeah, I've taken home another victory in our IRL duel series. I hope you liked this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did. Be sure to leave a comment. Be sure to check out the rest of the content on our channel. And as always, make sure you enjoy your time in the lounge. Later, guys.